Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's arranging video with your bunch called Purple Rain, which is as flamboyant as Prince himself. And I'm going to show you how to arrange it into your classic Freddy's vase, and then I'm going to show you what to do with last week's bunch, which is now fully bloomed, and how to create one Whopper arrangement using it and a bit of this week's bunch, and then I'm going to show you how to create a few little bud vases as well. For the first time this year, we're using this wonderful floral foliage, as I like to call it, called bupleurum, which gives a very whimsical effect to the bunch, and they used to use in Chinese medicine to help healing. As always, flower care, use your flower food, trim a diagonal inch off the end of all your stems using clean floral scissors, and use some clean room temperature water about a third full. So to arrange Purple Rain, we're going to start with our 3 blooms arranged evenly around the edge of the vase, because it's nice to have our focal flowers shorter around the edge so that they can be seen. And then we're going to face our 2 alstroemeria opposite each other, resting on the edge. Now we're going to do the same with our eryngium, creating a square with our alstroemeria. So now we have our shorter flowers around the edge, and we've created a nice structural stem grid in the middle for our taller flowers to build in to the center. With the solidago, we're going to stand it upright in the center using the other stems for support, and it's going to fill out the middle very nicely. These very delicate lisianthus will sit on either side of your solidago. You may have some lower lateral stems that you may want to trim off, but make sure to keep them back for later. We're going to finish with our wild and whimsical bupleurum with the stems tucked in the middle, allowing it to fall out in any direction. And there we have it, Purple Rain, a beautiful bunch. I hope Prince would be proud. Now I'm going to show you how to combine last week's arrangement with your new delivery into this, our Whopper vase, which allows the flowers to flare out a little bit more and a few more stems. First of all, I'm going to take what I've just arranged and pop it into this vase. Then I'm going to take all of the stems from last week's bunch and lay them on the table. So make sure you keep your tanacetum or aster and agapanthus to one side. Then I'm going to trim about a third off my lilies, but leave the rest of the flowers at the same length. And then with my gladioli, I'm going to remove a few of the lower flower heads, which will allow the top flowers to open a little more. So to arrange, I'm just going to take my 2 lilies and face them opposite each other, resting on the edge of the vase. And then I'm just going to pop all of my gladioli throughout the arrangement. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with my ornithogalum, which should be quite easy because they haven't got any leaves on the stems. And there we have it, one mega Whopper arrangement, which looks pretty spectacular. Lastly, we're going to create 3 bud vases using your tanacetum or aster and agapanthus, and if you remember, some of the trimmings of the lisianthus that you held back. So now all you want to do to prepare your agapanthus is to snip about enough off so that the head sits about 2 inches above the top of the bud vase. And then we're going to do exactly the same with your aster, and a few of the little lower lateral stems will fall off, so hold those back. And then do the same with our lisianthus, so we're going to trim that down a bit as well. And now we're going to start with the agapanthus, and we're just going to pop 1 in each bud vase. And then we can just take our tanacetum and we can just start dotting it in as well. That's quite a big chunk, so you can just pull a few bits off. Same with our lisianthus, we're just going to dot it in each of the bud vases as well. There we have it, 3 beautiful little bud vases for your bathroom or running up your kitchen table or wherever you fancy. Thanks so much for watching, give it a go and see you next time.